What's up, my fellow trashinaires? I'm back to another episode of good content, and sorry for the late upload. As you can probably tell with this chair here, I decided to do a few things before this upload, and that was rearrange my room. So things look different for me, but besides this chair and the desk that's in front of it, not much has changed for you. So let's just get into this episode of good content by covering smiling friends. If you follow my Twitter, as you should, links in the description, you probably noticed that I said I watched it and I thought it was okay, but I wasn't going to do a review of it. And I didn't say this, but I was probably just going to do a quick review of it before a video and be like, hey, it's okay, whatever. But I decided, if people like it so much, let me give it another try. And my TV went out for a second. I decided to give it another try. And yeah, it's good. It really is. It's just that the creator, one of them, has had a long history of being very notably racist online. So I guess that was in my subconscious the first time around, and I just couldn't get into it. But I did realize it was okay. But the second time around, I gave it a legitimate shot, and yeah, it is funny, it's good, and I like the show. So let's cover the story. I mean, there is one, but it's not like a serialized story. It's like a good old Adult Swim show where things happen and then they don't matter the next episode. So yeah, the first episode we cover the. Oh, I should probably say what the story's about first, then cover it. Okay. So the story revolves around this company that their job is to make people smile and happy whenever they're down in the dumps. We have a few main characters. We have Pim, the happy, naive guy. Charlie, the cynical guy. Then you have what? The red one. And then you got Glep. Glep is the best character, by the way. Yeah. So, and you got their boss, who likes spaghetti and breastfeeding. He doesn't like being breastfed. He likes breastfeeding this little bean baby thing. Whatever. So, let's see. The first episode is just them helping out a depressed 40-year-old guy because his family left him and his dog died and he's living at his mom's house. He was about to kill himself. That's not what I'm not threatening anyone. YouTube, don't do anything. Don't copyright me again. Don't strike my channel. I don't need that. But he was gonna unalive himself when they walked in. But Pim, being the good old sport, he tries his best, but it doesn't work. So on their way back to their building that they work in, which is a giant smiley face. Turns out there's an infection at the building of little monster guys, and then the guy shoots it with his gun that he was gonna unalive himself with, and it makes him happy. So now that's his job. He kills this little they're either like green, blue, or red. I can't remember, but that's the first episode. So yeah, the next episode is I'm pretty sure the next episode is where they try and help Mr. Frog. Hello, I'm Mr. Frog. Welcome to my show. I ate the bug. That's like one of the better parts. And I can actually give them credits for Mr. Frog because if drawn incorrectly, he could very well be portrayed as a racist caricature. But they made the deliberate decision to actually give him legitimate lips instead of the balloon ones. They only look like those when he talks because he opens his mouth. But I can let that slide. I don't know about anyone else, but for me that's okay for now. But I can like give him credit for legitimately trying not to make Mr. Frog look like a racist caricature. But anyway, he had a very popular show where he just runs on screen, eats a bug, leaves, and the show ends. And he likes eating things. So when in TMZ, like person, I don't know what you call them, like jackasses maybe. That's probably a good description. One tries to talk to him, and he tries to eat him, but he doesn't. It's unsuccessful. But that makes everyone angry, so they cancel his show. Because of that, he's upset. So he gets the smiling friends to help, and they try their best. But for some reason, Mr. Frog is just kind of a dickhead. He's always high, and he just likes eating people and hurting people. But also around then, Gleb is trying to be in this new Mr. Frog, and he gets the part, and it goes very well. But then, while the new iteration with Gleb, Mr. Frog comes on the stage, says he's sorry, eats the guy that was kind of a dick to him and everyone else, and everyone's okay with it now. He's okay. They're okay with him. And that's basically episode 2. And I'm gonna probably like cover one more. But the most important one to me is like the Christmas one, because that's the one that has a really popular meme. So it's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Charlie doesn't want to be there. Of course, he doesn't want to be there, because no one wants to work on Christmas at all. But the boss is like, hey, can you give me a tree? Thanks. So they go get a tree, but Pim and Charlie have an argument because Pim's always upbeat. So he takes Charlie's very reasonable reaction to having to work on Christmas Eve as sort of a negative thing to everyone else, but it's not. And thanks to Pim aggravating Charlie, Charlie decides to cut down a tree when they find one, and the tree kills him. It falls on him and he's just dead. And he goes to HE double hell, where he's introduced to what's supposed to be that idyllic hell. Not like idyllic as in it's the best for you, but like idyllic as this is the hell. Where he's in a cell, and there's a demon, and another demon, and there's a demon bed, and a demon toilet, and you have a big old open hole that shows hell. But turns out hell has frozen over because Satan doesn't want to do his little shtick with his shtick. So yeah. But thanks to Charlie being a smiling friend, he goes to help. And he just goes to Satan, tries to help him, and he kind of does. But Satan's mad because he thought Charlie was ridiculing him. But God steps in, and everyone can tell you that the fact that God was voiced by God. Shit, I forgot his name. The parrot from Aladdin, you know? Godfrey. Guilford Godfrey. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Forgive me if I get it wrong. So, God helps him out, brings him back to life, and everyone's forgiven. And that's basically Smiling Friends. Yeah, it's funny. It has its moments. It's I like the art direction. I like the animation. It's surprisingly good. And, yeah. Besides the fact that the creator, of course, is very controversial, but no one seems to mention that. At least not that I've seen, but I say give it a watch. At least on HBO Max. It's on there right now. It's the entire season, and it's probably like maybe like an hour and a half, at least an hour watch. So yeah, it's good. It's all right. Go watch it if you're okay with good old YouTube, good old YouTube humor. So yeah, that's Smiling Friends, and that's basically it. So I have nothing else. Give me a like. Tell me what you do next Friday, and subscribe. Remember, subscribe. I'm trying to make this my full-time job, and if you can help me out, that'd be really cool. You're really cool if you do that. Yeah? Alright. Bye-bye. See you next time.